Today, we will start the third episode of Surah Al-Maidah. We will begin from verse 20, which says, "And mention when Moses said to his people, O my people, remember the favor of Allah upon you when he appointed among you prophets and made you kings and gave you what he had not given anyone among the worlds." What does this mean? It means that Moses is speaking to his people, and the Quran is conveying the words of Moses. So, the statement is from Moses, but the Quran is conveying it. Just to make that clear, meaning, here the words are from Moses, not from God. God is relaying the words of Moses, just like a journalist covering a conference and saying, the president said. So whose statement is it? It's the president's. The reporting is done by the journalist, but just to keep things clear, because in these 10 or 12 verses, all of them are relayed speech, not the words of God. They're the words of Moses, his people, and others. So, I don't have to clarify in every verse who's speaking, but I'll still point it out when needed. Alright. The meaning here is that Moses is telling his people, O my people, remember God's blessings upon you. What are the blessings that God bestowed upon the people of Israel? The children of Israel, or the people of Moses, or the Jews? The blessings are that he sent prophets to them. That's one blessing. 2, he made you masters of yourselves, or in control of your own affairs. Keep in mind, this was after you were enslaved by Pharaoh, and the cops were shouting at you. Pay close attention to that. And that's not all. He also saved you from Pharaoh when he parted the sea, drowned Pharaoh and his people in it, and rescued you from him. All these are blessings upon you, so that you remember God's favor upon you. These are 3 blessings, and they're significant. And that's not all. There's a 4th blessing as well. He gave you spoils and provisions like he never gave to anyone else in your time. In your world, that's how it was. That's the meaning of the verse. It means he gave you 4 things, so you should remember God's blessing, or God's blessings, upon you in these situations. Very good. Who's the source? The source is Al-Qurtubi's elgendynyc Al-Quran. Alright, very good. So, as I said before, the statement is from Moses, who is human, and the narration from Moses is to God, who is God. 21. O my people, Moses again says to his people, O my people, enter the holy land which God has written for you, and do not turn back on your heels, lest you become losers. All right, Moses. The statement is from Moses. The narration is from the Quran. Who is speaking? Moses. Who is narrating from Moses? The Quran or God. Very good. What is he telling them? He is telling them to enter the Holy Land. What is this Holy Land that he is telling them to enter? Some people say it is Jerusalem. Others say it is Jericho. A third group says it is Damascus and parts of Jordan. A fourth group says it is the Levant. The important thing is that he is telling them to enter this land, which God has allotted to you. So, it is God who allotted the land of Jerusalem to the Jews, not anyone else. And he recorded it for you in the preserved tablet. That's what he is saying. The source is Al-Kashaf by Al-Zamakhshari. I have a question here. Is it really God who allotted or divided the land of Jerusalem for the Jews and recorded it for them in the preserved tablet, according to the source? They said, so here's a dialogue, a conversation. Moses is speaking to them, you see, and they're responding all right. They said, O Moses. His people replied to him, O Moses, in the land of Jerusalem there are mighty people. These mighty ones are very tall, muscular, and strong. We can't stand up to them. And notice, there are mighty people there, and we will not enter it until they leave. If they leave, then we will go in. We're not going in. That's what they told him. He said to them, enter it, But they replied, "We're not going in." "Go where?" "There are mighty, tall, naked people there. If we go in, they'll finish us off. They'll search the place." The source here is Fath al-Qadir by al-Shawkani. Who said this? The people of Moses. Who conveyed it? The Quran. 23. Two men from among those who feared, whom God had blessed, said, "Enter upon them through the gate. If you enter it, you will surely prevail. And put your trust in God if you are believers." There were two from the tribes we talked about in the last episode. The leaders, the prominent figures. Two of the leaders of the tribes. That is, namely Yushal bin Nun and Caleb bin Jephunneh. Right. These two were among the chiefs or the leaders. What were they afraid of? They feared God, and God blessed them. Blessed them with what? Some said he blessed them with Islam, and others said he blessed them with righteousness and certainty. We don't really know what exactly he blessed them with. Some people say this, and others say that. But in any case, what did these two leaders, Yushal and Caleb, say to the Jews? They told them, "Enter upon the mighty people through the gate of the town, which is the holy land we mentioned before, whether it's in the Levant, Jordan, or wherever it may be." The two leaders told him, "Enter the holy land, for those mighty people are already filled with fear and terror of you. They're afraid of you. Go ahead, just so you know." It's clear that the Jews were very cowardly when it came to war, fighting, and all that. That's what 23 says. Who's the source? It's Zad al-Mazir fi Ilm al-Tafsir by Ibn al-Jawzi. That's right. Here, I don't have a question. All right. 24. They said, "O Moses, we will never enter it." Who's saying this? The people of Moses. But they're actually responding to the two leaders. So, the leaders tell them to enter, but they reply to Moses. I don't really get how that works, but anyway, we'll just go along with the context as it is. They're supposed to be replying to the two leaders because the message is coming from the two leaders, Joshua and Caleb, to them. Joshua and Caleb spoke to them, but they respond to Moses. Same difference. They said, "O Moses, we will never enter it as long as they are there. So go you and your Lord, or your God, and fight. We will stay right here." Honestly, I just want to make a small note. Sometimes, when someone is focused on the meaning, we're not holding a Tajweed class here. If I say your Lord or your God, what's the difference? It's not like the Arabs. If they vocalized it as your Lord, it would have made a difference. It's clear what is meant, the Lord. Someone might say, "I don't know how to read the Quran." The issue isn't with God, it's with how the Arabs vocalized it. So when I say your Lord or your God, there's really nothing wrong with that at all. The important thing is, I shouldn't, for example, say they do when it's actually they know or they work. You see, I shouldn't read they know as they work. You're absolutely right about that. But when I say your Lord and it's actually your Lord, it's the same thing. So let it slide because I'm focusing on the meaning. Like I said, I'm not holding a Tajweed class here anyway. So what's important is, they said to him, Bani Israel said to Moses, not to the two scouts, Joshua and Caleb. They said to Moses, "We will never enter the city of the giants as long as we live. We're just not going in." It's clear they were really afraid of them. They were giants. Those so-called giants who were living in the Holy Land as long as they stayed there. We're not even going to go near that place. Very good. You go, Moses. You and your Lord, you get it? Go fight. Go fight the giants in the Holy Land, just as you want. We're staying right here. You get it? Here. Where exactly? Honestly, I don't know where they were staying. I really don't know. And where did this whole conversation take place? I don't know. No scholar has said this, you get it. We'll discuss it later. Please be patient. Important stuff at the end. All right, you get it. Anyway, there are some opinions that say when they told him, Go you and your Lord, and fight, and all that here we will stay. They meant by your Lord, your older brother Aaron. They didn't mean your Lord as in our Lord. But anyway, what is it? How did the scholar know that this is what they meant? But anyway, what's the source here? The explanatory verse itself actually doesn't need interpretation, by the way. But anyway, here it's from Lubab al-Tanzil Faimani al-Tawa by Al-Kazim. See, every verse has its own source, yet they still come back and say, you're interpreting the Quran. Anyway, here, whose statement is it? And who is the one reporting it? The statement is from the people of Moses, and the report is from the Quran, or from God. Alright, so sometimes the Quran quotes Moses, and other times the Quran quotes the people of Moses here. That was verse 24 and 25. He said, my Lord, I have no control except over myself and my brother, so separate us from the defiantly disobedient people. So who's saying this? It's Moses. He's fed up with them. He's been telling them to enter, but they refuse. They're scared, you see. But in any case, he said, my Lord, separate me and my brother on one side, and those people on the other. I've had enough of them, honestly. Anyway, when the Jews disobeyed God's command and rebelled against Moses, and refused to enter as he told them, enter the Holy Land, but they wouldn't. You see what I mean? And no one stayed with Moses except his older brother Aaron, you see, and he was the only one Moses trusted. So he said, my Lord, I only have control over myself and my brother. I can't control anyone except myself and my brother, that's it. So now he's complaining to God. He's complaining about his people, the Jews, the people of Moses, the children of Israel. He's complaining about them to whom? To God. And he prayed to God to separate him from his people until the day of, his brother too. Of course, his brother was on one side and his people were on the other. He asked God to separate them completely from now until the day of judgment. Anyway, some people say he meant to separate them in this world. Others say he prayed for separation in the hereafter. But in any case, whatever it was. Who's the source here? The source is Al-Bar Al-Muhib by Abu Hayyan. Alright, same thing here. Whose statement is this? It's Moses' statement. And who's reporting it? The Quran. Good, that's clear. Very nice. Or to God. God is quoting Moses in the Quran. Is that clear now? 26. He said, okay, so whose statement is it here? It's God's. God is the one speaking. Listen to the rest. He said, then it is forbidden to them for 40 years, during which they will wander in the land. So do not grieve over the rebellious people. Don't feel sorry for them. What's the story here? Now it's God who's speaking. The statement here is from God. God is telling him, when Moses prayed against his people and said, separate me from them. Let me and my brother be on one side, and them on the other. Pay attention. God responded to him and said that this holy land would be forbidden to them, or forbidden to the children of Israel for 40 years. They will wander in it. They'll be lost in it for 40 years. You see, they'll be confused, just wandering around, lost and aimless. And after the 40 years, and honestly, I don't know why it's specifically 40. After 40 years, the Lord will open it up for them without any war. They won't have to fight any mighty people or anything like that. After the 40 years, God will open it up for them. All right? So the children of Israel said to Moses, they told him, you prayed when the verse came down and they realized they'd be wandering for 40 years. They said to him, why did you pray against us? You get it? Why did you pray against us? So he started to regret his prayer when he saw that God had answered it. I mean, that's it. God responded to his prayer. The divine decision was made that they would wander, that they would be lost in the Holy Land for 40 years, wandering aimlessly. You did it? They said to him, "Why did you pray against us?" That's not fair. He regretted his prayer. Then God revealed to him, "Do not grieve." That's the second part. The reason for the revelation of the second part is, do not grieve or do not regret. Don't be sad and don't regret for your rebellious people, for they are the ones who truly deserve punishment. All right, that's good. That's the verse. Here's the topic. There's actually a question here. Were Moses and Aaron with the Israelites during the wandering? Or were the Israelites wandering alone, without Moses and his brother Aaron? Actually, there are about 4 opinions on this. Some people say they weren't with them during the wandering, meaning Moses and Aaron died along with the Israelites during the 40 years. That makes a lot of sense, because it's only natural. Moses is the one who prayed to his Lord, and the prayers of the prophets are always answered. You see, so it's impossible that he and his brother would have stayed with them in the wilderness for the whole 40 years. Otherwise, he would have been causing hardship for himself, which doesn't make sense. The second opinion says no, they were with them during the wandering, but God made it easier for Moses and his brother Aaron to endure the hardship of being lost, those 40 years exactly. The third opinion says that Aaron died during the wandering, meaning, while they were lost in those 40 years, he died, and Moses died a year after him. All right, that makes a lot of sense. The fourth opinion says that Moses left the wandering, fought the giants, defeated them, and took the Holy Land. So, 4 opinions. All right, I don't need to repeat them again because of time, since people get really anxious about the time issue. Very good. The source is from the wonders of the Quran and the marvels of the Furqan. By Al-Kami al-Nasaburi, exactly. Here, the statement is attributed to God. Pay attention, in the Quran. God spoke and recorded his words in the verse in the Quran. Before that, the statement wasn't from God. It was from Moses and his people, exactly. Verse 27, and recite to them the story of Adam's 2 sons in truth, when they both offered a sacrifice, and it was accepted from one of them, but not from the other. The latter said, "I will surely kill you." He replied, "God only accepts from the righteous." Here, this is the truth. Pay attention. We've made a completely new shift now, one that has nothing to do with the story of Moses, his people, the Holy Land, the wandering, or any of that. We've moved on to a totally different topic. Honestly, I don't see any connection between this and what came before. We've been moved to the story of Adam and his 2 sons, Cain and Abel, and the story of Cain killing Abel. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what the connection is between the verse and the 2 topics. But in any case, so for me, this is a sudden shift. I mean, all right. So here, what's the real meaning? God is telling the Prophet Muhammad, "O Muhammad, recite the story, the account of Cain and Abel to the believers, so that they may benefit from it, so that they may take a lesson from it." So what's the story? What's the story, sir? In short, because of time, Eve used to give birth to twins from Adam each time. Each set of twins was a boy and a girl. Very good. Eve gave birth 20 times. So how many did she have? She had 40. 40 boys and 40 girls. That's good. Very well. The important thing is, no boy would marry the girl who was born with him, his twin. He would marry another one, either the one before or after him. The girl who is born after him, or the girl who is born before him. And the same thing, the boy who comes after would marry the girl who was with him, and so on. Okay, so if we assume that 1 and 2 are married, what does that mean? It means one is a boy, 2 is a girl. Okay, 3 is a boy. 4 is a girl. Alright, so 1 marries 3 and 2 marries 4. It's clear. It's really simple. Very nice. Anyway, my friend, Eve gave birth to Cain and his sister Akhlima in one pregnancy, and Abel and his sister Labuda in another. Our man Cain found out he was supposed to marry Abel's sister, but Abel's sister wasn't attractive, and Abel was supposed to marry Cain's sister, Akhlima, and Akhlima was beautiful. So our man Cain said to them, "No, I'm going to marry my own sister." And you see, Adam told him, "No, that's what God said." He replied, "No, that's just your opinion. I'm going to marry my own sister. I'm not marrying Abel's sister. Let him go marry her." So anyway, you get it. Our man, you know what I mean? Adam said to them, "All right, both of you offer a sacrifice, you and you. We'll go up the mountain, and whichever offering the fire chooses, he gets to marry Akhlima, all right? And the one who's offering the fire doesn't choose. God didn't want him to marry Akhlima, okay? Cain took crops from his harvest. Abel took a sheep from his flock. Both offered sacrifices. Whose offering did the fire choose? Whose sacrifice did it take? Abel's. So Abel would marry Akhlima, and Cain would end up with Labuda, the not-so-nice one. All right. Anyway, Cain insisted on his opinion and told him, even if the fire, by God, chooses your offering, you're not going to marry anyone but Akhlima, my beautiful sister. It's clear she was really pretty. You can just feel it. Anyway, my friend, so what happened here? So here, God accepted Abel's offering, but did not accept Cain's. From Cain, very good. Our father Adam went to visit the house. And who did he leave behind? So now it's clear. The fire chose, or God chose. He chose whose offering, meaning the one whose offering was chosen would be the one to marry Akhlima, the beautiful one. All right. Anyway, my friend, our father Adam went to Mecca from here to visit the house. And Cain went after whom? He went after Abel while he was tending the sheep and said to him, "I'm going to kill you. You see, just so you don't get to enjoy my beautiful sister Akhlima, and I end up with your ugly sister, who? Labuda." Very good. Abel said to him, "So what did I do wrong? What's my fault?" God only accepts from the righteous people like that, not from wrongdoers like you. Why do you want to kill me? That was the verse, the story in short. I hope I managed to convey it smoothly and that it came across simply. Is that okay, or should I repeat it again? But honestly, time is a bit tight right now anyway. So who's the source of the story I just told you all about? The source of this story is Malam al-Tanzil by al-Baghawi. Very good. 28. If you stretch out your hand to kill me, I will not stretch out my hand to kill you. I fear God, Lord of the worlds. When he said to him, "I'm going to kill you," he replied, "If you reach out your hand?" Based here means if you reach out your hand to kill me. I'm not going to reach out my hand to kill. What do you think about that? You see, that's Habil trying to appeal to his brother, you know. So basically, he tells him, if you kill me, I'll let you bear the sin of killing me and my other sin, which is the sin of not defending myself. I was supposed to defend myself and kill you. Yeah, so that would have been a sin. If I had defended myself legitimately and killed you, that would have been a sin too. So I'm going to let you bear your sin and both of our sins together, both together or the sin together. Very well. So you'll end up being one of the people of the fire. And that's the punishment for an oppressor like you. Habil is telling his brother, you see, That's what this verse is about. In short, what's the source that explains or tells this story? The source is Al-Wazit fi Tafsir al-Quran by Sheikh Muhammad Sayyid Tantawi. 30. So his soul prompted him. But before I move on, 30, the statement is attributed to Habil, and the narration is from the Quran. He's speaking to his brother, so the Quran is quoting him. That's right, God isn't the one saying it. God didn't say it here. It's Habil who's speaking, and the Quran is quoting Habil. So, the statement belongs to Habil, and the narration is from God. 30. So his soul prompted him to kill his brother, and he killed him, becoming one of the losers. Here, our man Habil wasn't even moved by his brother's pleading, you see. His soul prompted him means his own self tempted him, or made it easy for him to kill his brother. Anyway, he went to look for him by his sheep and found him sleeping, so he picked up a stone. Then he struck him with it and killed him, so he lost both his life in this world and the next. When Habil killed his brother Habil, pay attention, Satan came to him, you see. The important thing is that he fled to Yemen. And who did he meet there in Yemen? Of course, I don't even know where he ran from in the first place. I mean, that part isn't clear. He just says he ran away. That's it. So where was he that he ran to Yemen? We don't really know. But anyway, he ran away to Yemen. Then suddenly, Iblis appeared to him and said, "You know how the fire consumed the offering, accepted your brother Habil's sacrifice, the one you killed. Do you know why? Why it was accepted? Why he was chosen and not you?" He asked him, "Why?" He replied, "Because he used to worship the fire." He said, "Really? Is that possible?" He said, "Yes." So Iblis told him, "Habil, if you worship the fire like your brother did, you'll get whatever you want in this world." So our man worshipped the fire. Habil worshipped what? The fire. Anyway, the story says that Adam, of course, was supposed to be in Mecca. But anyway, where is Habil now? In Aden in Yemen. But anyway, they say that Adam asked him, "Where is your brother?" He said, "I wasn't his keeper." He told him, "You killed him. And you know, that's why your body is black, or your face is black. Your face was white, but it turned black when you killed your brother." You get what I mean here? That's how the story goes. Anyway, the Mutazilites here. I'll wrap up this part with this point. The Mutazilites here say that if all actions were created by God, then Habil's killing of Habil would be an act of God. And they say, here, by God, that's impossible. And it's impossible for God that killing would be one of his actions, you see. That's why they say that not all actions in the world are acts of God, but rather there are actions done by humans. And there are actions of God, or there is human will and there is God's will. Anyway, moving on. What's the source for everything I've just said? It's Mafati al-Gaib by Al-Razi, volume 31. So God sent a crow scratching in the earth to show him how to hide his brother's nakedness. He said, "Woe to me! Am I unable to be like this crow and hide my brother's nakedness?" So he became one of the remorseful. The meaning: when Cain killed his brother, God sent him a crow to show him how to bury his brother. All right, that's clear. I mean, I don't know, to be honest. Did the sons of Adam, he didn't know. They didn't have enough experience to bury a dead person or someone who was killed. I don't know. The important thing is, God sent him a crow to teach him how to cover his brother's nakedness or how to bury him. You get what I mean? So when he saw the crow teaching him how to bury, he felt regret and sorrow. Of course, he felt regret and sorrow. It says that he regretted and grieved over losing his brother and for killing him. And other people say he regretted and grieved because he didn't gain anything from killing him. So in any case. And a third group says he regretted and grieved because he angered his parents, Adam and Eve. Anyway, here, what's the source? Malam at Tanzil by al-Baghawi. Here's the truth. The question is, who is speaking about God in the third person in this verse? Who is saying it? Who is the speaker here? The one saying, so God sent. That wasn't mentioned. It would say, so we sent a crow. But here it says, so he sent. So, if we're talking about a third person pronoun, it's he. So he sent. That is God. 32. And that's the last one. Because of that, we decreed upon the children of Israel. We're back again to the children of Israel. You know what I mean? Kabil killed Habil, and those are the sons of Adam, right? Because of that. Of course, they're not from the children of Israel. I don't think, that Kabil and Habil are counted among the children of Israel. I don't think so. But anyway, because of that killing, we decreed upon the children of Israel. See, that's the connection. You get it? Honestly, I don't really understand it. Because of that, we decreed upon the children of Israel that whoever kills soul, not in retaliation for another soul or for spreading corruption in the land, it is as if he killed all mankind. And whoever saves life, it is as if he saved all mankind. Our messengers came to them with clear proofs, but even after that, many of them committed excesses in the land. So what does it mean? Because of, or due to, Cain unjustly killing Abel, we decreed this upon the children of Israel. See, here God says, we decreed. But in the previous verse, he said, so we sent. Let's check, because the Quran memorizer here in verse 31 says, so God sent. So why didn't he say, so we sent? In verse 32, he says, because of that. So why didn't he say here, because of that? God decreed upon the children of Israel. He doesn't say, we decreed it because of that. Cain killed his brother. We decreed upon the children of Israel that whoever kills a soul unjustly shall be killed. That's retribution, kisses. We, God, decreed it that way. Anyone who kills anyone unjustly, retribution must be carried out against them. Very good. The source. Al-Maidah wal by Al-Mawardi. Alright, that's it. So here, really, the question is, what's the connection between the children of Israel and what happened between Cain and Abel? Thank you so much for your patience, and we'll meet again next time.